My name is Johnny Black, and I want to be talking to you about documents and things I think that you should have in place before you pass away or transition, and at the time of your transitioning. One of the first things before you transition, a lot of times we see this with the elderly, and having a POA in place, a power of attorney. And there are several types of power of attorneys, but the one that I recommend that should suffice for your medical and also your financial is called a durable power of attorney. And what that allows uh, the loved one to do, or the person that you designate on your POA, is to make medical decisions for you in case you are too traumatized or you incapacitated, and also to gain access to your accounts, your financial institution accounts, uh, during your time while you're incapacitated. So, if you can get those things in place, though, that POA, that durable POA, will suffice. It'll be a big plus prior to you transitioning. Now, some things that I think that you should have in place. Okay, prior to you also transitioning, if you haven't got one already, get you a life insurance policy. Uh, doesn't matter the face amount, but make sure it's enough to at least bury you or to perform your ceremony. You know, whatever you're having, if you're doing cremation, just memorial service or whatever, or you're going with a standard burial. But get you a life insurance policy and designate you a beneficiary, one that you can trust. Okay. And now, some of the things that I think that you should have in place already around your house. Get a copy of your birth certificate. And let me back up just a little bit. These things I would say keep in a central location. Uh, I don't necessarily recommend a safe because if the person don't know where the key is, they're not gonna be able to get in your safe. You know, for instance, mine's is in an accordion um, folder, and and all the documents I'm gonna talk to you about will be in that accordion folder, and also some of the things will be close to or inside of that accordion folder. Um, One of the things I think that you need is a copy of your birth certificate. If something was to happen to you, uh, and then they're going to need to show proof of something that you, and I don't know why this is. Even if you're dead, they have to show proof that you have been alive. If that makes sense. And then now a copy of your social security card, along with a copy of your social security card, a copy of your ID, your state issued ID, and your state issued driver's license, preferably unexpired. And that's very, very important when you're trying to set up some things with a loved one, especially as pertain to getting access to some of the things they're going to ask for, those things. And like I said, then in that central location, also a copy of your face sheet of your life insurance policy. And then, and here comes some of the tricky parts. You want to have access code. You want to give somebody access code to your cell phone. Okay. And that's very, very important because a lot of times our cell phone is our lifeline on this planet. And you can't hardly find a person, you know, uh, that don't keep a cell phone with them for some reason. And inside of that cell phone will be information that's important to them, also people that is important to them. And by accessing their cell phone, you can inform those people that your loved one has passed on. Okay. Then a copy of your car insurance. You want that uh, because now if they passed away and they were in their car, you and they had insurance, okay, then you should be awarded some type of finances, and it depends on your policy. Look at that. I'm not here to say what's what when it comes to that. And remember, once again, this is an information video. This video is not a decree. It is not a law, and it's not a commandment. This is information only, y'all. Okay. Another thing, a copy of Like I say, if you don't have it written down, copy of your the important family members' phone numbers, addresses, and things like that, so they can be notified if you don't do it via your cell phone. Okay, and then now you want to have uh, a copy of your safe keys, your house keys, and your car keys. Uh, if they not in this centralized location, some family member needs to know where those keys are located, because I could say if they have to have access to your car for some reason or gain access to your house, and this after your transition, and it won't be no finagling going on by where is what is what. Okay, and then a copy of your mortgage deed, because if the car's not paid off and the house is not paid off, it will go to probate if it doesn't get paid off. So that's why some of these documents are going to be very, very important for you to move forward in a legal procession or a legal proceeding. So have those things in place. And then uh, prior to you transitioning, let me back up. Prior to you transitioning, uh, if you do not want to be resuscitated in a time of trauma, have you a copy of your DNR on file. Do not resuscitate. Have that, on file somewhere. Some loved one needs to know that, uh, and so that way, the medical staff would know, and other family members would know that these are your wishes, not these are your wishes and not the wishes of the other family members that's saying sustain their life one more day. And a lot of times with us as Black people, we will take a week, 2 weeks, a month to plan a vacation, a birthday, an anniversary, but we don't plan this. This death is inevitable for us all, and these are some of the things that I believe we should have in place already. If not all of them, some of those things ought to be in place. And then also back to uh, gaining access to your bank account. If you don't have somebody trusted, in your family that can already navigate your bank account information, I'm thankful that both of my parents trust me enough to navigate their online bank accounts. And so, if you don't have that in place, I would say put that in place. If you do pass, and when it's time to access that account, it's going to be a lot of drawback, and that it can possibly go into probate. Like I said, I'm not here for no legal gander or anything like that, but I'm just saying if you have some of these things in place, then you can negate a lot of the red tape, so to speak. And then if you give somebody access to your bank account, also give them access to your PIN information to your bank. Uh, you know, if they have access to your debit card and they have access to your PIN, a lot of this stuff you can forego because you can just simply walk up to a ATM machine and withdraw the monies that's rightfully theirs, and if that was part of their wishes. And so, also, if they have not a financial institution, but if they have a state issued government card, that card also comes with a PIN. You know, get access to that. That's why I say you have to have these tough talks. You got to put these things in place. If not, the heavy may fall on you to get everything situated. And so, this is why I'm putting this video out. Is for information only. Is to negate a lot of things, problems and challenges that I see almost on a weekly basis when it comes to someone transitioning. And then also a copy of your last will and testament, and also a wish list. And myself, I've already written out my obituary. I know this day is inevitable for me, and and I don't make no bones about it. But I put these things in place because I want my family taken care of. I don't want them to have to go through the trauma of not just losing me, then the trauma of trying to put something together. So all that stuff is already laid out. And back to the last will and testament, those are what you want on a legal standard, and by law, the people should adhere to it. The wish list is a form that you can get at a funeral home, uh, and then you can go over the funeral home, your arrangements, your wishes. Whether you want a plain burial or you want to be cremated, whatever. What uh, and I would also add into that, if you're not an organ donor, become an organ donor. you know, and I'm an organ donor, and so I will be cremated. So my organs will go on and live in the next person, or be it may aid in helping somebody live a more productive life. So, but the copy of your last will and testament, your wish list, and like I say, if you want to be more forthgoing, then like I say, get you an obituary. What you want done at your service. I hope this video has been a help and an inspiration to someone to move forward with the needed information, needed documents, and needed things before you transition and after you transition. God bless you and be at peace.